All day, and we focus in on the Eagles, who will play the Browns this weekend in week 2 of preseason. James Palmer was at joint practice today, and he went one-on-one with Eagles coach Nick Sirianni.
Nick, the first thing that jumps out at me is how much you like joint practices. You're doing them. You did them last year. You want to do them here, and you're doing them again next week. What do you think your eye will be on? Because specifically, I want to see the trenches. You got a great offensive line, good defensive line. They have kind of a similar setup in that sense when those guys get a chance to thud and hit each other a little bit. But where are you going to be watching?
You know, obviously my job is to watch it all, right? and I just want to see improvements on all our guys just working to get a little bit better today than we were yesterday. That's our goal every day, is how do we come out today a little bit more improved than we were the day before. And so, and that'll be the process here as well.
These 2 days, another opportunity to see Jalen grow. What have you seen in the portion of camp, and we saw the drive in the preseason game? What is different about him? Just the number one thing that jumps out at you.
I think just the confidence in the plays that we're running and the offense that we're running, and you know that's a two-way street. That's us running the plays that we know he's comfortable with, and then him telling us the plays he is comfortable with. So I just see just more comfort with the plays that are going on. The decisions are happening quick because of the comfort level. Jalen's the type of guy that, you know, it really cares about football and loves football, and you know he's going to naturally succeed and reach his ceiling because of that.
All right, Eagles at Browns is one of 8 games that you can watch over the weekend here on the NFL Network in week 2 of preseason. Panthers and Patriots, though, they get us started tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. For the full schedule, you can head over to NFL.com/pre. Starts with Panthers at Patriots. Lots of talk about who is calling the offensive plays. Well, Mac Jones was on the mic today and addressed that.
I know Matt's called a lot of plays in the NFL, so he has really good experience. You know, Coach Judge has good experience, and obviously Coach Belichick does too. So whoever's calling it, it's our job to execute. And, yeah, I think the communication's been really good. Even with assistant coaches and their position groups, you can tell that it's not just a one-headed monster. It's a lot of different guys, you know, coming together. Hey, what did you see on this? The wide receiver coaches are like, hey, let's try this. And there's a lot more conversation, which is really a good thing because, you know, sometimes you don't want to just come down from one person. It's good to get everyone's input and make sure that we're all on the same page.
You know, a lot of people, present company included, are watching to see who has the play sheet. But as our top-tier front office executive, Pioli, you have your eye on something else. What are you watching in this matchup?
MJ, I'm looking at the trenches on both sides. I'm really excited to see the play of rookie first-round pick Cole Strange. To me, I was up there, and I saw a guy who
go for the splashy one because the Patriots' second-round rookie receiver, Tyquan Thornton, he had that touchdown catch from Hoyer last week. I definitely want to see a little bit more from him. Scott Pioli, thank you.
He did okay. You know, we needed to come through. We need to help him a little bit. You know, we need to make the plays around him, too. And we missed a block on the screen, and we missed a third down conversion, and there's another one in there. He's running the show well. He's doing okay. You know, got out of the pocket, you know, when he needed to, and threw a couple really good balls that could have been converted. We got to come through for him. Our receivers got to make the plays for him, and you know, we need to see DK and Locke and the fellas out there. You know.
One game in the books, 15 to go for week 2 of preseason. You'll see 8 games live on NFL Network. A doubleheader on Friday starts it all with Panthers, Patriots, and Texas Rams. We got 4 games on Saturday, ending it off with Cowboys, Chargers across the street from us, then 2 on Sunday. Total Access and NFL Network, your home for all preseason action. Willie, who are you most excited to see this weekend?
Jacoby Brissett.
Okay.
You are now the man in Cleveland. You are the starting quarterback. They're going to put a system around you, maybe a little bit different than it was for Deshaun Watson, but I'm excited to see. This is a talented football team. They got a lot of weapons on offense for him. The running game, receivers, tight end. He has it all. Perfect opportunity for Jacoby.
Huge opportunity for David Njoku. But I'm looking forward to seeing Malik Willis. I think he's about to Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill. You remember when you took Marcus Mariota's job? Well, now it's time to turn the tables. And I think Malik Willis showed a lot during his first performance with the Tennessee Titans. And if he has that to go to him,
All right, I'm also excited to see my baby brother, who is celebrating his 30th birthday tonight. He shares the day with our very own producer, Alex Sanchez, the Cafecito King himself. Alex, happy birthday, my friend. We so appreciate you here on Total Access. All right, guys, doubleheader tomorrow. Keep it locked on NFL. Looks like right now, of course, Deshaun's still very much on the roster at the QB1 spot. Jacoby Brissett behind him, Joshua Dobbs, and then Josh Rosen, who was signed not too long ago to a one-year contract. This has been what we call a developing story for quite some time now. I mean, pretty much the entire year for us. Willie McGinnis and Scott Pioli now joining us here on the show. And we knew that the Browns would be starting Jacoby Brissett for at least 6 games. That number now 11. Right. Scott, let's start with you. Give us your front office view on what's happened and what happens next.
First of all, MJ, I have very strong personal feelings and opinions about what many people believe is the truth. And I know I'm being asked to discuss the Browns' circumstances without their starting quarterback, and I'm going to do that in a second. However, I'll say that I just wish I would have heard a little bit more clarity and contrition from the player, because truthfully, he appears to be neither apologetic nor accountable for his behavior. In one breath, he expresses contrition and says he's accepting accountability for his behavior. In the next breath, he declares that he's innocent. So like a lot of other folks, I'm kind of struggling with that. And I'll leave that there. Now to get to your question about the Browns moving forward, you know, as far as what's next for the team, it's exactly what they thought and we thought. It's going to be Jacoby Brissett. And he knew he was going to be part of the plan. The team knew he was going to be a part of the plan. They knew he was going to be a starter for a portion of the season. And the truth is, Jacoby is a true pro, and he's a solid quarterback that I have a lot of respect for. What he isn't going to do is, I don't think he's going to lose many games for the Browns. I don't expect him to go out and carry the team on his back and win a whole bunch, but I don't expect him to lose. I think Cleveland's going to spend more time focusing on the running attack, which will help both Jacoby and the team.
Now, Willie, as of now, it appears that Jacoby Brissett will take over at QB1. How does Kevin Stefanski adapt the offense for him specifically for 11 games?
Well, he's a seasoned veteran, so a lot of the schemes and a lot of things that Kevin Stefanski wants to do, he'll be able to digest that information and move forward. But the skill set is the thing that's totally different than Deshaun Watson. So some of those special plays that we would have seen with Deshaun Watson, as far as moving the pocket to boost the RPOs, some of the pressure that an athletic quarterback that can accurately throw the ball in tight windows down the field, which Deshaun can do, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense, changes a little bit more. So like Scott alluded to, now you're going to lean more heavier on the running game. You got a really good offensive line. You got a two-headed monster in the backfield with Chubb and Hunt, and you even a third back, and you can run the football effectively, and you can take some of the pressure off of Jacoby. I don't see him moving the pocket as much because his skill set doesn't allow that. He's not, you know, he's not that stiff, but he can move a little bit, but he's not as fast and athletic as Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson makes you put another guy in the box because when the play breaks down, he can take off with his legs. He can move the pocket and accurately sling it and hit, you know, receivers down the field. So Kevin Stefanski's got to kind of morph, I would say, the game plan and the scheme a little bit and tailor it for a guy who is going to be more of a pocket guy, you know, to throw the ball down the field.
Scott, I have another front office question for you. If you're in that front office right now, would you be on the phone working a trade for Jimmy Garoppolo right now?
You know, MJ, that's a tough question because here's 2 big questions. What is the health of Jimmy G right now? He's been moved down to number 4 on the depth chart. He is